Alright everyone, and welcome back to Vettel Career. Previously it was Vettel's home race, the German Grand Prix at Hockenheim, and it was a 13th place finish for Vettel in that race. And we're now heading to the Hungarian Grand Prix. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that Hungarian pronunciation of that again. But here's the standings then. Alonso retaking the lead from Michael Schumacher, who held it for the whole of one race. And looking further down, there weren't really many changes in the previous race except for Tree there overtaking Vettel and some overtakes further down just on countback really, speed and day moving up. But yeah, we're here at the Hungarian Grand Prix then, and here in Q1 Vettel on his first time then, and quite wide there in the final corner, but it should still be a good time here. He crosses the line and it's a 1:20 dead, which is a pretty good time there. And skipping now to his next lap, he's actually moved down quite a bit. You can see there's a lot more time to be found there. The Tree there with a 1:18.1. And cross line comes Vettel then, he sets a 1:18.4, which is pretty good, and that should see him through then into the second session, and indeed it does. He's 15th then, so not quite as comfortable as maybe at first look, but yeah, he's certainly through, and his teammate out in Q1 once again. So Christian Klein in the main team Red Bull as well, so yeah, Vettel beating him again. Into Q2 then, Vettel crossing the line to set his first time, which is an 18.5. Of course he could go a bit better than that because he went quicker than that in Q1, but on his next lap you see there he has a loss of traction, which is very odd to see in these cars, of course, in the traction control era, but just on that curb really in the penultimate corner. And yeah, it cost him a lot of time. It had a bit of damage, so couldn't improve there. You see he's down to 13th place now then, near the end of the session, and he doesn't need to find too much to get into the top 10 here, so he may just do it here. Across line goes, it's a 1:18.3, not quite enough. He's 11th place, and that was the best time he did, and he actually moved down to 12th in the end, but still, very good qualifying there from Vettel, 12th on the grid. And he can certainly do something from there, I think. And yeah, he's in between the two BMWs there, and actually had a Fisichella. Going to the grid now then, and how about that for a front row? Jarno Trulli pole for Toyota, with Mark Webber second for Williams then, so how about that? Bridgestone's locking out the front row for the second time this season. Championship leader Alonso's third then. Michael Schumacher only 8th and just behind his teammate Massa, so not qualifying he needed then if he's going to try and retake the lead in the championship today. There's Vettel there in 12th place. You can see Fisichella only 14th for Renault. That's very bad qualifying for him. Looking further down, there's not really many changes what we normally see there. He did out qualifying Sato again though. We're going to the grid now then, and just waiting for the lights to come on now. Away they go then in Hungary. It doesn't look like anyone really had a very good start there except for Vettel, who had a terrific launch there, and he's up into 9th place straight away, so very good start from there. He's actually going side by side with Raikkonen, looks like, towards turn 1. It looks like he's tucked in behind the Ferraris here, and he's up in 9th place then, so a very good start from Vettel. And yeah, that's exactly what he needed then. He's already looking at a points position here then, as they head round turn 2 now then. And Raikkonen trying to look back at him there as we see the two Ferraris going wheel to wheel there. Massa really shouldn't be getting too much involved with his teammate, despite when he had last time out, but that's why I haven't looked there at Michael Schumacher there, almost, but not quite into that fast turn 4. He runs quite wide there as well, so be careful that Raikkonen didn't have a look at him there. But I was given to the end of the lap then, and can see Vettel with a lot of speed at his final corner as Michael Schumacher runs wide. But well, the Toro Rosso was actually set up here to have more aero, so down this straight the Ferrari was just driving away from him, and that was quite unfortunate. And he still tries to have a look around the outside there into turn 1, but he couldn't quite pull it off, and looking in turn 2 he's just not close enough, it seems, to try and dive bomb at the inside, and he certainly wouldn't do that to someone like Michael Schumacher anyway. But he's still right in behind him here then. It's been a good start to race for him. He's actually got a very good run here towards turn 4 in fact, but it doesn't look like it's going to be a good place to overtake. It isn't really a corner you'd normally see overtakes at, and he just has to follow him through his few corners here then. There may be a chance to find a way through here in this tight and twisty sector 2. But we'll have to see then, as the two Ferraris are still very close together here then. I'm surprised Massa hasn't let Schumacher through here then, seeing as Schumacher's really the only one in the title race here then. And through his section they go then, and Vettel's actually clipped the grass and he spun it around, so that's not good for him. and he's down in 12th place then, so that hard work on the first lap has really just been thrown away then. He's back to where he started in 12th place, and bad news all around for Toro Rosso. Scott Speed there has had an engine failure, and it seems that the Super Aguri of E-Day has gone into the back of him there as well, so yeah, a bit of an odd incident there then, as meanwhile a few laps later then Vettel come across the line and start the 4th lap. He actually sets the fastest lap of the race there, which is very impressive from him. He's chasing down Ralf Schumacher and Fisichella. But what's that then? That's Ralf Schumacher, who's had an engine failure it seems then, on the run down to turn 1, and Vettel now up into 11th place, and yeah, that's one place he doesn't need to make up then. So he's looking at Fisichella now then. You can see it's still very much bunched up here then. Looking on the map from Webber in second, of course, with midfield cars near the front. Yeah, it does just mean that everyone's bunching up quite a lot, as Fisichella takes a very bad line to a chicane, and Vettel just says thank you very much and is right at the inside and into 10th place. But yeah, Vettel really capitalising here then from the field, not bunching up at all really, as Raikkonen runs by there as well then in the final corner, and Vettel drives straight past him as well then. So Vettel capitalising on a few uncharacteristic mistakes from a few drivers here then, and up into 9th place so far then, but Raikkonen might have a look back into turn 1. In fact he does, he was very close to, in fact nearly contact, but nonetheless Vettel hangs on to 9th place for now then. He's looking at Felipe Massa now in for 8th place, as he's now been passed by Schumacher, and it's been a car in the pits already then. Jenson Button has come in then, he was further up in about 4th place I think, so yeah, it's quite a gamble from him then. He was running quite light, as we see there Michael Schumacher pitting on the next lap. And now the final corner, I think most people are going to be pitting this lap, but yeah, we do see Alonso and Trilly, but there's been a car stops up ahead, and here's Mark Webber then in the Williams, so that's a real disappointment for them. It looked like they may well have been on course for a podium. Webber quite a bit slower, but he was hanging on, and that's a massive disappointment for him then. So we're skipping a few more laps. Vettel stayed out quite a lot longer than a few of these other drivers, so yeah, really played into his hands a lot here then. He's 3rd place and he's coming in just behind Montoya and Barrichello then, and it'll be interesting to see where he comes out then once all these pit stops play out, as Toro Rosso get to work very quickly on the car here. They can see another result is on the cards here then, as out of the pits Vettel comes. He's actually managed to leapfrog Barrichello there. They pitted on the same lap, but Vettel is through past Barrichello then. It looks like he's in 4th place, would you believe? It's down to turn 1. It looks like someone's had an engine failure there further back, and Vettel actually slid on the oil there and almost threw away that hard-earned 4th place from his mechanics, but he's just about held on then through his first few corners, and we'll be breathing a sigh of relief there then, as Barrichello certainly was having a look at him. We're having a look at the replay now then, and yeah, it was someone further back who'd had an engine failure and just left that oil on the track right in the middle of the apex of turn 1, and yeah, Vettel almost getting caught out by it, but not quite. But you can see Barrichello certainly gave him a good go there, and almost went up the inside of him in turn 2. I think there may have even been a little bit of contact, but Vettel just managed to hold the line very well. And unfortunately, like in Canada, he just didn't really have much going on in the second half of the race, but he was just driving a controlled race and hanging on for a good position here. And it's another very good position in fact, because he's held on to that 4th place for now, and he's managed to leapfrog both the Ferraris then and the Hondas in fact, as he comes around the final corner now then, and he takes 4th position.
Well done mate, P4, slow in lap, call the brake.
Well, if Vettel was happy, then it's nothing compared to how they'll be feeling in the Toyota garage, because that is their first ever victory in Formula 1. Jarno Trulli taking the victory, that's only the 2nd of his career, but as I say, the first of Toyotas in F1, so what a result that is. That's even more of a shock than a Toro Rosso in 4th place I'd say. But yeah, first place for Trulli then. Alonso was 2nd, as he will extend his lead in the championship then, with Montoya 3rd once again. Schumacher could only manage 6th then, with Massa, and then 7th from Raikkonen only 8th. And looking further down then, Heidfeld and Villeneuve 12th and 13th, with Rosberg, Klein and Albers rounding out the finishers today then. And once again, quite a few retirements, 6 cars dropping out of this one, including both Super Aguris there, C. Montero from Midland, and a few others, Ralf Schumacher there, and Webber, of course. Trulli's scoring the most points today then, but at the top. It means Alonso extends his lead in the championship to 8 points then, as Barrichello moves ahead of both Massa and Button in the battle for 6th. And Jarno Trulli with that victory is probably going to close right up to them as well then, as Vettel getting a little bit left behind in 10th place, but he's got a nice solid position there now then, and some good points to go with it. And looking further down, there wasn't really any changes down there. And look at that, Toyota scoring the most points today then, and we'll see what impact that makes on the championship. Well, none. But anyway, Renault still leading then, with Ferrari just about still hanging on to that 2nd place ahead of McLaren, and Toro Rosso there. I think we're in 6th place, with Sauber, Midland and Super Aguri still yet to score points. So back in the motorhome then, and stunning drive then. Yep, another copy and paste, and yeah, I don't think we really need to go through it again. They seem to praise Vettel in every single race, but anyway, skipping time now then. And the next race is then the Turkish Grand Prix. So it's only the 2nd time F1's come to this race then, McLaren winning the inaugural race last season with Kimi Räikkönen. But if you enjoyed this race, then make sure you leave a like, and I'll see you next time for the Turkish Grand Prix. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.